Hi, this is Graham Elwood, and welcome to another episode of the Church of Batman. Today I want to go over a story that's been in a bunch of different news sources. I just printed it off of Yahoo. Chuck Schumer trolls Mitch McConnell with copy of his own letter. So this happened Monday, January 9th. Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer threw Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's own words back in his face, tussling over President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks. Schumer announced on Monday that he is sending McConnell a copy of the letter the Republican wrote in 2009 outlining standards for President Obama's cabinet nominees. In a speech on the Senate floor and a tweet in which he shared a handwritten version of the letter with McConnell's signature crossed out, Schumer suggested he is trying to show his requests are reasonable. Confirmation hearings are set to begin on Tuesday, but some of Trump's nominees have not completed ethics reviews. Well, this is good. Chuck Schumer, who he has received more money from Goldman Sachs than any member of Congress, Republican or Democrat. So it's good to see in some of the earlier videos this week talking about what the Democrats need to do, and we as voters, how we need to hold these people as liberal progressive voters, how we need to hold them accountable. And if you live in New York and Chuck Schumer is your representative, email him and tell him to press as hard as he can, because this is the kind of stuff that is happening. What Trump and his gang are trying to do is push through as many nominees and either repeal as much Obama legislation or get their own legislation in there as quickly as they can before anybody notices. This is crucial. So when Trump gets in, starts criticizing Meryl Streep, saying she's overrated. Yeah, Michael Jordan's overrated as well, Donnie. She gave that speech at the Golden Globes where she didn't even mention Donnie Tiny Hands' little name, and he still got pissy about it. Here's the thing you got to pay attention with him. When he's on Twitter about something dumb, it's usually to hide something else. And shuffling through these nominees while everybody is retweeting about Meryl Streep at the Golden Globes is one of the things he's done. He's bullied Toyota into, that's what he's doing. So this is good, and this is the kind of Democratic Party we need. Even from a guy like Schumer that's taken a lot of money from Goldman Sachs. All right. In his speech, Schumer raised concerns about what he described as a jam schedule with multiple hearings being held on the same day. Schumer also pointed out that the director of the Office of Government Ethics has raised concerns about the pace of hearings and said some of the nominees have not undergone reviews. Man, they're just trying to jam these guys in. So we're not doing this for sport. Democrats feel very strongly that pushing for a thorough and thoughtful vetting process is the right thing to do, Schumer said. Later adding, our caucus was and is concerned about the timely completion of the standard paperwork and ethics clearance for nominees before proceeding full steam ahead with their confirmation hearings and votes. Oh boy, see, this is what they're trying to do. And this is going back to the video I did where I talked about using the Tea Party's playbook. Here's the thing. You need to contact whatever district you are in. You need to contact your representatives in the House and the Senate, be they Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, whatever, and say, look, I am one of your constituents. I don't like this. We need to do the vetting process. This is typical Republican bullshit, right? Mitch McConnell writes this letter. Here's the goddamn letter. This is Mitch McConnell's letter. This is on the internet. I didn't make this up. This is on the internet. There's Mitch McConnell's letter, all right? There's Mitch McConnell's name. There's his greasy 9-chin signature, and then it's crossed out by Chuck Schumer. This is everything Mitch McConnell outlined in 2009, 2010 when he took over. It's everything he said. It's everything. Yeah, February 12th, 2009, right after Obama was sworn in. It's these guys they do the exact same thing. And then when you say, oh, we want to do what you did, oh, it's political grandstanding. And this is why the Democratic Party, why they can be the better party. First, admit your primary was rigged. Admit there's a lot of problems in the political system, including your own party. Admit that. See, because if you start admitting things, admitting faults, admitting where you made a mistake, and here's how we're going to do it better, it actually will respond with people. That's what Trump did, how he fooled people. Oh, he's a straight shooter and all this crap. Even though he lies 15 times before breakfast, like, they resonate with that. So be the honest, actual good version of that. Look in the mirror and say, this is the mistakes I made, and own that. Stop, focus grouping, and like that's just the Clinton style of, the Clintons don't own anything. Because people like Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan are assholes. They're lying, filthy creeps. Paul Ryan has the dead-eyed stare of a serial killer. To drive this point home, Schumer read aloud his letter that I just showed you that Mitch McConnell sent February 12, 2009 to then Senator Harry Reid, Democrat from Nevada, who was majority leader at the time. The letter warned that Republicans would not allow votes for any of President Obama's nominees without completed background checks, ethics reviews, financial disclosure statements, hearings, and conversations with members of Congress. On Twitter, Schumer shared a copy of the letter, erasing Reid's name and placing it with McConnell's. Schumer also put his signatures in place of McConnell's. I didn't bring this up to play gotcha. I'm doing it to show that our requests are eminently reasonable and in fact have been shared by leaders of both parties, Schumer said. I plan to return the exact same letter to my friend, the majority leader, with the same request. In 2009, the then majority leader called these benchmarks common and sense standards and long-standing practices. I agree with him. So when Mitch McConnell sent that letter, Harry Reid said, oh, this is reasonable. And then when he takes Mitch McConnell's words and says, how can we get the same thing? Mitch McConnell said in an interview on Face the Nation, he dismissed the Democrats' little procedural complaints as sour grapes. Fuck you, Mitch McConnell. If you live in Mitch McConnell's district, let him know that he needs to abide by the rules like everybody else, and they're not going to just fast-track Trump's merry band of jackasses into the White House. They gotta go. Everyone should do that. If there's someone that you think, oh, I really like this person, I want to know their background. Had Bernie Sanders won the nomination, you're damn well better believe I wanted to see his tax returns. I want to see if he was for real in what he was presenting, or if it was all just show. If he was just talking at rally. I want to know who he is, and all of us should do that. Don't just say, this is my team. Whatever my team does, I voted for this person, I'm just going to support them, right or wrong. No. That's not democracy. This isn't sports. This is democracy. This is all of our lives. Hold these shitheads responsible. Hold them accountable and responsible. What this is about, the Democrats are really frustrated that they lost the election. I was in Senator Schumer's position 8 years ago, McConnell said. I know how it feels when you are coming into a situation that the other guy won the election. What did we do? We confirmed 7 cabinet appointments the day President Obama was sworn in. We didn't like most of them either, but he won the election. So all those little procedural complaints are related to their frustration in having not only lost the White House, but having lost the Senate. I understand that, but we need to sort of grow up here. Oh, God. Mitch McConnell, who said that a year later, said, I'm going to do everything in my power to block Obama. Never said publicly, oh, well, Obama won, so we're just going to go along with it. Oh. We need to have a president's national security in place day one. See, that's their thing. They're going to say, hey, we got to, the inauguration's coming. He's, January 20's coming. We got to have everybody in place. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. In his floor speech, Schumer pointed to McConnell's comments and suggested Democrats are not raising concerns about the nominations process out of bigger anger. Schumer pointed to the large personal fortunes of several of Trump's nominees. Bear in mind, President-elect Trump's nominees pose particularly difficult ethics and conflict of interest challenges. They come from enormous wealth. Many have vast holdings in stocks, and very few have experience in government. So they have not been appropriately vetted for something like a cabinet post before, said Schumer. What had been standard practice for the vast majority of nominees, the completion of preliminary ethics review before their nomination, was skipped over for the vast majority of President-elect Trump's nominees. That's the thing. Why Mitch McConnell claims to have gone through what it was 7 people on Obama's first day is because they were already politicians. They already had, we already knew their conflicts of interest. I'm not saying all of Obama's picks were phenomenal, but Trump is bringing people, we don't know anything about them. We don't know anything about them. So there needs to be a full review. There needs to be, this is the process, and they're just trying to fast track it. So contact your senators, your congressmen and women, and tell them, I want a full vetting process. Let them know you are a registered voter in their district. That's what we talked about in the Tea Party video. Calling, like me calling Schumer or Mitch McConnell does nothing. I live in California, Schumer's in New York, Mitch McConnell's in Kentucky. It does nothing. Call your representatives, all right, or email them. Most of them, it's their last name.senate.gov for the Senate, and probably House or something for the other one. Look it up, do your research, stay informed, stay on top of these clowns. Like this video, click below, like it, hit the subscribe, and post it on social media. If you like what's being said here, post it on social media and share the word. I get so worked up and I talk fast and then I fumble through stuff. I'll try to slow down. This has been Graham Elwood for the Church of Batman. You know, we can't do it Batman. Batman would take a guy like Mitch McConnell and hold him by his legs on the roof over the edge of a 20-story building until McConnell screamed, but we can't. We're not the Dark Knight. We can't do that. So contact your senator and representatives. This is Graham Elwood. Thanks. Boom.